In trading, everyone talks about the strategies. Which one is making which profits, which one is the best, which one has less drawdown, which one fits perfect for me, which one makes the biggest profits. There's so many discussions out there. Also, which one makes me rich? And in this video, I will give you some answers. So let's start with the first thing I hear really often. Is trading making me rich? Of course, in trading, it always depends on your account size. Trading is not a get-rich-fast system. If you're expecting that, you're definitely wrong here in trading. But what trading really can do is generating profits for you in a constant and consistent way. It can make money for you on the long term regularly. And there are some certain numbers which really help you to decide which strategy may fit best to you. First thing we hear really often, or which is really talked about really often, is the hit rate. The hit rate is how many trades are going to be losers and how many trades are going to be winners. But the hit rate itself doesn't tell much, because if you have a hit rate of 90%, for example, doesn't really mean that you're profitable. It sounds really good, but if your losers are exceeding the winning trades, even though there are just a few losers, but they are big losers, then you're still not profitable. But also you can be profitable with a hit rate of 30, 40 or 50%. So even if less than every second trade is a winning trade. If you're good in letting your winning trades run, so they are making the big profits, it's still possible to make a good trading strategy with a low hit rate. But there's also a second factor, the risk-reward ratio. So it tells you how much risk you have to take to expect a certain reward. But those two factors are in a big correlation. And it's not really possible to really have extraordinary numbers for both. Why? Because they're in the expense of each other. So for example, you can't expect from a strategy to have a 90% hit rate and also, for example, a 1-to-5 risk-reward ratio. It's not really possible. But of course, there are really many combinations of really good and solid strategies that make good profits. And the third factor we're going to talk about is the trade frequency, because that's a really big factor which is in correlation with those two as well. Because especially among the beginners, I see it really often that the traders are thinking the more the better. The more I trade, the more profits I make. The more I trade, the better I become as a trader faster. The more I trade, the more wealthy I get. But it's not that easy. If you're just concentrating on trading much, you're not concentrating on your strategy, and it's not a good trader is not taking every possibility to trade. He is only taking the good trading setups that fit perfectly to the strategy, because that way he can make sure that he has the best possibility to make winner trades. So to hit his hit rate and risk reward ratio of a strategy. If you drift away from your strategy, those two numbers will not work out, because you're not meeting the strategy that makes sure that you can expect this risk reward ratio and that hit rate of your strategy. So therefore, it's really important to understand these factors. For beginners, in my experience, it's really comfortable to have a high hit rate, because especially beginners get nervous really fast as soon as there are loser trades. but losing trades are part of the business, are part of trading. Everyone really should know, and I think all of us in our heart know that trades have to have loser trades sometimes as well, because there's no strategy out there which is only having winner trades. But therefore, it's the really key to find a balance between these factors. So if you're, for example, a beginner and you get nervous fast, choose a higher hit rate and therefore a risk-reward ratio which is more decent, but it still can be a great strategy which will make you great profits. But of course, what you have to know is if you have loser trades, they can of course be a little bit bigger than if you have a high risk-reward ratio and a lower hit rate. But of course, it's also, like many things in trading, really individual with what you feel more comfortable with. But especially for beginners, I really recommend a higher hit rate, and that's what we have in my VIP trading group. That way it really helps the beginners to get a good entry into trading, to understand what they're doing and to get trust into it. And that way, of course, we have a good risk-reward ratio as well, because we have on a regular basis really long runner trades which generate us the big profits. And if you're interested in joining, you can click right now below this video and you can join in my Telegram group totally for free. So I want to invite you there, and I will meet you there. Bye bye.